All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Kakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace and blessing salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bashem Shai, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners who have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashem Shai. All right, and what I want to get into today, is dealing with, war drums, and as we know, we're in a time, all right, that the Lord, has these nations, all right, in conflict. Okay. You have these Eastern nations, they, linked up economically, militarily, all right, to come against, the current power structure that runs the earth, okay, which is these Western nations, the beast system headed by America, okay. And what we're going to constantly see, is tension, between both sides until it spills over, into, an all out world war, okay. So we're going to constantly see tensions rise, okay, between these two opposing sides, which is all biblical, okay. And when you go to Jeremiah 50 and 22, it says a sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? Okay. So what we're seeing now in these war drums, which is going to lead to America, all right, which has been the bully of the earth, for the past few decades, okay, become, all right, a desolation, because this war is going to end America, all right, it's going to annihilate America, all right, and erase America off the planet. You see, so not only is, the American hegemon, which is influence throughout the earth, okay, is going to be broken, all right, but the landmass of America, American culture, all these things will cease to exist. Okay, verse 24, it says, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken. Okay, so America is being entrapped into this war. The Lord is just reeling America on into this thing, which they're joined to the hip with the small hats, and the small hats are off the goddamn chain. They at war with everybody. Okay, and America being joined to his hip is being drugged and ensnared into a major conflict. Okay, so the Lord has this thing set up perfectly, man. Okay, so I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. So because you striven against Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, all right, you scribe against, okay, your maker, okay, the creator, all right. You see, now you're going to have to deal with the punishment. There's a punishment for that. And this war, okay, is going to be the ultimate punishment, because also in the midst of this war, who returns? Yahweh Shai. Okay? So America has striven against the righteousness of Yahweh Bashem Shai. Okay? And then the Lord is getting ready to put down this rebellion, okay, within this war. Verse 25 said, the Lord have opened his armory and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of the Lord, power of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans, man. So the Lord has opened up his armory. Okay, these nukes, these hypersonic missiles, this is the Lord's weaponry, man. Okay, it has nothing to do with Esau, just being this prolific engineer when it comes to weaponry. No, the Lord has tapped into the devil for his purpose, man. Okay, you see, he had made these weapons this destructive for his purpose. You see, so it says, let's go here. I got an article. So what we're finna see is the Lord's armory. Come on, man. Go to where you was at, man. All right. We're getting ready to see. All right. Is armory, which are these nukes, be unleashed in the earth, man. And the indignation goes into a righteous anger. And that's why I say the Lord made these weapons to be so destructive, because that's his anger in those missiles, man. His righteous anger that he has towards, all right, the earth, man, mainly here, America, okay? Which you're going to get the brunt of the Lord's indignation. It says, so you go here, quick news update. It says Iran sanctions reimposed. It says the United Nations is set to reimpose sanctions on Iran today over alleged violation of a 2015 nuclear deal. Okay, the move follows unsuccessful negotiation between European and Iranian leaders. The UN Security Council yesterday rejected a last-minute resolution from Russia and China seeking to delay the penalties, including asset freezes and travel bans, by 6 months. So now the EU is trying to put pressure on Iran because Iran has backed away, okay, from the international community of the West. See, there was a time when Iran, was trying to play ball with the West, okay? But the West, all right, they never, dealt right, okay, with Iran. You know, they would always put these deals in place, that hinder Iran from developing as a country, okay, for the sake, you see, of Iran to be able to participate, in these global markets, okay. So they always, dangle, the threat of sanctions against Iran. So Iran is pretty much bagging up from the table of the West, man, because the Lord is drawing Iran back, and as you mentioned, Russia and China, vouch for Iran because they're becoming closer and closer. So now it's just time for the kings of the East to come forth. All these negotiation talks, they're going to continue to break down. The Lord don't want these negotiations to go through. All right, he wants it to be animosity. He wants it to be tension. He wants it to be division. Okay? So it says satellite imagery suggests Iran conducted and declared an undeclared missile test last week at Amin Khamenei spaceport, about 145 miles southeast of Tehran. While Iran has not confirmed the launch, one Iranian lawmaker claimed without evidence that Tehran tested a potential intercontinental ballistic missile. Such, all right, missiles typically have ranges exceeding 3,414 miles, placing at least all of Europe, okay, within reach. Okay, because what we have to understand, Russia, all right, Iran is a very strategic military, okay, alliance with Russia. Okay, and Russia knows that it's gonna have to go to war with the NATO and the EU. All right, so it will make sense for Russia to do what? To arm Iran, okay, with these missiles, all right, is able to touch everything in Europe. You see, so these Europeans are scared shitless of this conglomerate, okay, between Russia, China, and Iran, okay, and Iran being in such close proximity to these EU nations, okay, and being able to, they having these missile tests of intercontinental ballistic missiles, okay, the West, all right, is in fear, okay. But this is all biblical prophecy, man. Russia being a guard, okay, unto Iran. Because since that 12-day war, you best believe Iran then got scrapped down. Russia done scrapped Iran down. And Iran been scrapping themselves down. Iran, they have, a hell of a engineers over there. Elon got some hell of a engineers, man. Goddamn Persians, man. Okay? And it says, on the suspected test comes as Iran also repairs missile sites struck by Israeli forces in June following accusation that Iran was enriching near weapons grade uranium in violation of 2015 deal. Iran suspended cooperation with the UN's nuclear watchdog in response to the strikes, in part triggering today's reimposition of sanctions, man. So Iran is taking the collar off, the collar of Western politics, you know, the threat, sanctions. Iran is taking their collar off, man. It's the Lord that's doing it, okay? Because it's time for war, all right? All this pity patting, all right, with you goddamn devils, okay? With these shiesty negotiation deals that you be presenting, the world not honoring that, man. You know, these nations not honoring, okay, the West, okay? It said Joel 3:9 said, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty man, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Okay, so there's a spirit in the earth that got these nations, these heathens, preparing for war. Okay, the time of talking and trying to negotiate and be diplomatic, apply diplomacy to the situation where all this going. All right, verse 10. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I'm strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about till it cause your mighty ones to come down, O Lord. So it's just about to go down. These nations are investing into their military, man. Okay? These nations, military is at the forefront of all these nations' priority in these times. Okay? And this is where we at with it, man. Okay? So, yeah, Iran, they're bagging up from the West, man, in negotiations. All right, and they just scrapping down, nigga. This missile test, that's the response. All right, because you can't do deals, you can't do business with the West, man. Nigga blow up nigga do an airstrike on the negotiation office. A schedule a negotiation and airstrike it. You niggas are unreasonable, man. And the Lord making it to where these heathens have no choice, all right, but to get active, okay, in this war, man. So it's gradually building up, man. This is what things are trending to. So Lord will you brothers and you sisters edified. Till next time I say shalom.